guess this video's basically a flex, right? Look, AI makes our videos.
Other way around, rookie. What I'm showing you today isn't the flex, it's the record of getting sent back. On our line, a separate personality reviewer with veto power stamped fail and bounced the work 9 times that we've got on record. And one of those 9 killed the source material for this very video for overselling.
9 reverts? You're counting your own failures? Most people hide those?
That's the channel's whole move. We're faceless, so we earn trust by showing the guts. And to make one video, we don't run a single AI. We stand up a different agent per role and hand off down the line. One picks the topic, one writes the script, one turns it into video and audio, one adds the thumbnail and ships it. A single video walks through those 4 hands in order.
Like a factory line. But if that's it, it's just we split the work, no?
It doesn't stop there. At each station there's one more, not a maker, a stopper. Its name is critic, the reviewer. At each checkpoint it passes or fails, and on a fail it bounces the work to the hand before it. That bounce happened 9 times.
So there's a stopper separate from the makers.
That's the whole video. Why it has to be a separate personality, and how getting bounced actually lifts quality, one at a time.
But boss, wouldn't one smart AI doing all of it be faster? Models these days handle basically anything.
Faster, sure. But quality doesn't move. One reason, same AI writing it, same AI stamping, okay, that's just grading your own paper. People are the same. You skim right past your own typos. An AI can't doubt the assumptions it made itself either.
When the grader and the maker are the same person, it goes soft.
Goes soft. So the reviewer gets a different brief. The maker's goal is ship a good video. The reviewer's goal is find what misses the bar and stop it. Opposite aims on purpose.
Like a deliberately mean role.
Not mean, disciplined. And the part that really bites, that reviewer holds a real veto, not I'd reconsider this. A fail means it can't move forward.
Wait, an AI says no to something a human made and it just stops?
It stops. That's the hinge today. If the veto isn't real, none of this works. Advice you can ignore. A gate you can't walk through.
And when that fail lands, then what? Do it over?
Right. Here's where loop engineering finally shows up. A revert isn't one and done. It goes around. Make it, submit it. The reviewer scores it against a rubric. Fails, it goes back with reasons to the previous hand, fix, resubmit, round and round until it clears.
Oh, that loop you mentioned before. This is it. Act, observe, fix, repeat?
You connected it. Last time I used cooking and email. This is that built. Except today's loop has a guard bolted on. The reviewer's veto, the goal is meet the bar, and it won't stop until a machine says it's met.
So those 9 reverts, did they actually lift quality or just spin?
Right to doubt it. So here's the proof. Only, honestly, the strongest piece of proof isn't the comfortable one. One of the 9 was the reviewer catching a spot where we were about to tell a good story and stamping it. That's inflated. It was one time. You wrote 2, a maker padding a number in its own favor, caught by a separate personality.
Wait, the family stopped the family's own fib?
That's exactly it. And that one is the best answer to why you need a separate personality veto. We'll count the details in a second. First, a whole picture.
Okay then, show me. All 9, for real.
I will. Let me get one promise first. I'm masking the names.
Why mask them?
The screen recordings show the person behind it. Real account names, the name of the workspace. That's not the mechanism, so it goes. What I want to show is why it failed, not who.
And not the person, the mechanism.
That's the channel's line, so let's count. The 9 split cleanly by where on the line they got stopped. 5 at the script gate, 3 at the video gate, 1 at the publish gate. The script gate's the heavy one. Let me dig into the ones that bit in order. First dig. There was a slide where the script flat out said, this is a log of a command we actually ran. Except the flag in that example didn't exist in the real tool. Type it in, you get an error.
Isn't that close enough, though? If it's basically right?
That's where it's strict. A deep dive, pillar B, earns trust by showing the real thing. The second you pass off a command that doesn't run as one we actually ran, the spine of that trust snaps. The reviewer pulled up the tool's own help, matched the flag shape, and failed it.
So basically right just doesn't count.
Doesn't count. And the fix was easy. Swap in the flag that actually exists, not a rewrite. One line. Second one. Video side now. Before a finished video ships, there's an automated check, resolution, length, whether there's audio, whether it drops to silence partway. Things a number settles. That submission came in with no result from that check attached.
Forgot to run it?
Right. And the reviewer failed it before looking at anything else. The logic, whatever a machine can catch it before human eyes. No result means can't verify, not pass.
Probably fine isn't proof.
Isn't proof. And this theme runs all through today. Meant to, and here's the receipt, are 2 different things. Third, this one you just laugh. Our videos have a little mascot standing in the corner. In one video, that mascot's head landed on the last line of code on a slide. The line it blotted out of all lines was if it fails, stop the whole build.
And what was that video about?
Writing a rule in prose rots, make it structure. And that video's slide right in the middle of preaching, don't hide the text, hid the text.
It tripped on the exact thing it was teaching.
The reviewer pulled actual frames out of the shipped video, confirmed the overlap, and failed it. Not maybe it's nothing, it brought the evidence frame. Last, the one I promised, the one that bit hardest. A script described a past incident as sent back twice for the same note, because that's a stronger story. But pull the actual record and it was one revert, one.
One turned into two.
Padded. And here's the sting. That video's own theme was, don't inflate a lesson past what actually happened. The video was doing the exact opposite of its own point. The reviewer found that the source the script itself cited says the second time never happened, and failed it.
The citation ratted out its own lie.
That's it. And here's what I want to land. If the maker had been grading itself, that number sails through, every time. Because padded looks like the better video. It stopped because there was a separate personality whose entire job was to stop it.
The veto stopped the family's own wishful thinking.
Of the 9, that's the one that proved this thing's worth the most. One more. The very first of the 9 wasn't even about the script's content. The script got made and the hand that wrote it left it sitting in its own workspace when it submitted. The reviewer couldn't open the file.
Why can't it open it? Same team.
This is the fun part of splitting the work. Each role runs in its own throwaway workspace. Don't hand it to the shared spot, and the role next door physically can't see it, and the reviewer's rule is, can't see it, can't call it good or bad, so the moment it's invisible, it's a fail.
Fails before anyone even reads it.
Fails. Sounds harsh, but it's the same principle. Can't verify isn't pass. 3 of the 9 are this family. Nothing wrong with the content. Stopped on doesn't hold up as evidence. Can't see it. No check result. Length never proven. Turned away at the door before the content's even graded.
Before good or bad, make it verifiable first.
That's the entry ticket to a split line.
This is starting to sound great. Revert loop, best thing ever, right?
Stopping there is where it gets dangerous, so here's the pitfall too. The loop's biggest trap is relaxing the moment you write down fixed. That skipped machine check, I know how to fix it. Bake the check into the build and if it fails, stop automatically. Not always run it written in prose, a structure where you can't move forward without running it.
So, you baked it in already?
Here I'll be straight. Not yet. The fix, the way it should be, is written in a doc. But in the build itself, I haven't wired it up. The check is still a standalone command you run by hand.
Wait, you know the fix and you still haven't done it?
Haven't. And that's exactly today's whole point. Wrote the fix and fixed are different. Right now we're standing dead center in that gap. I'm not hiding it. Until this drops into structure, this one's a prescription, not a cure.
A written lesson is a hope. An encoded lesson is a guarantee.
Well put. Which is why the reviewer's veto and the human review are both still there. Until every last thing is a machine gate, a separate personality's eyes are the last line.
But now I'm worried the other way. Fail, revert, fix, fail again. Doesn't it just spin forever?
Sharp. A revert that never ends is just spend. Like I said in that other video, a loop that can't finish becomes a bill. So there are stop conditions. A cap on reverts and a human ship it gate at the end. Even if the reviewer keeps saying no, at some point a person calls we ship here.
So a loop needs a guard that stops it too.
The veto and the stop guard come as a pair. With only one, it tips into either never stopping or going soft.
Let me line up one thing at the end. Splitting the roles, the veto, the revert loop. Are those all separate things?
Let me untangle it on one card. Splitting the roles makes the grader and the maker different people. The veto makes that grading real. A review that can't stop is just an opinion. The revert as to fix what failed and run it again. All 3 together, and you finally get a line that gets better the more it turns.
Don't make one AI do all of it. Give a separate personality a real veto.
That's the one-line answer. And one way to take it home. If your workflow runs on a single AI, stand up just the grader separately first. A second one pointed at find the flaws and stop it. And one ring outside this revert loop, there's another lap. The loop where you watch the numbers after you publish and fix the production rules themselves. We still turn that one by hand. That's what we show next. And the opposite failure, a review so strict it rejects the right things too. We'll get to that one.
A loop outside the loop. Now I want the next one.
The how-to for building loops is already in another video. The one that starts with cooking an email. Today was the real story chapter. What happens to a production line when you add a veto to that idea?
The line does the turning. A separate personality does the stopping. That's what I'm taking home today.
That's plenty.